In this video, I'm going to show you 23 Canva tips and tricks that will help you be more productive and create better designs. So if you guys are interested in this tutorial, let's go to my computer. I'm going to start by showing you trendy text effects that I believe everyone using Canva must know. We're going to start by adding shadow to text. You're going to select your text box, go to effects, and in here you will see the shadow effect. When you click on the shadow, you will have automatically a shadow on your text. You can adjust these settings, and I personally like adding a blur effect to the shadow. And you can also increase or decrease the transparency and the direction and offset of your shadow. You can also create a hollow effect on your text. Select the text box, go to effects, and select hollow. You can increase the thickness of the border of your text or decrease it. Now I'm going to show you how to add a border to your text. Select your text box, go to effects, and this time go to splice. Now we're going to move the offset to 0, and there you have. You're now going to change the color inside your text from here. So let's say that I want a yellow color, and if you want to change the border of your text, you're going to use the text color, and you can change it from here. I love this feature. We're gonna add a background to our text box. So select your text box, go to effects, and now we have this option which is relatively new, and when you click on it, you will have this background automatically added to your text. You can change the color, and you can also adjust these settings, so you can make your background completely square or completely rounded, and you can also spread your background or reduce the spreading of the background, and you can also add transparency to the background of your text. I really love this feature because this background will adjust to the size of your text. You can add this background with shapes, but I really love this text effect because it adjusts to your text. This is another text effect that I personally love, and this one will help you curve text. So go again to effects, and you will see the option right here. You can also adjust the shape of the curve, and if you move your slider to the left, you can change the direction of the curve. Also, what I love about this feature is that you can have a curved text, but also you can apply any of the styles that you have above. So you can add a background to your curved text, you can add a neon effect, and any of the other options above. Now let's talk about shortcuts. I'm gonna share with you guys another video in which Ronnie shared with us 25 different shortcuts. So that video is gonna be up here, but I'm gonna share with you some that are really useful, and I think you're gonna use a lot because these are going to save your time. Okay, I have these two shapes in my design. So I have a red square and a yellow circle. Let's say that I want to bring my circle behind my square. I'm gonna use this key combination, so control bracket. So I'm gonna select control and the left bracket, I believe, and now my circle is behind my square. If I want to bring my circle forward, I'm gonna select command or control and then the right bracket, and now my circle is in front of my square. Now let me show you this shortcut that will allow you to increase and decrease the size of your text. So I have the shortcuts right here, and I'm gonna apply the shortcut to increase the size of this text box. I'm gonna select Ctrl Shift and the right angle bracket, and as you can see, the size of my text is increasing. Now let's decrease the text box that I have below. So Command or Control Shift and the minus angle bracket, and you will see that the size of my text box is decreasing. Now I'm gonna show you a trick that I know many of you don't know yet. I'm gonna select all my shapes, but let's say that I want to leave only the blue shapes in the same position. So to deselect my blue shapes, I'm gonna hold Shift and then click only on the blue shapes. And like this, I have deselected only the blue shapes, and now I'm able to move around the other shapes. You can do it also the other way around. Let's say that I only want to select the blue shapes. I'm gonna hold Shift and only select the blue shapes, and then I have them selected and I can move only the blue shapes. Now let's say that I want to group only the purple shapes. I'm gonna select them, and then you can either hit Command or Control and G, and then your shapes are being grouped. You can deselect them and then select them again to move them around because they are grouped. If you want to ungroup them, you can select Control, Shift and G, and then your shapes have been ungrouped. You can do the same by selecting your shapes, right click, and from here you have the option to group. You also can do that with the toolbar. You have a button to group your elements from here, and also you can ungroup them. I love the tip that I want to show you now. Let's say that I want to align these stars. I want them to be aligned to the middle, but also to have the same spacing in between each of them. Now Canva has these guides that shows you when all the elements are equally spaced, but there is a trick that will help you do this faster. You're going to select the elements that you want to align and then hit Alt Shift T, or in Mac Option Shift T. So Option Shift T, and your elements will be aligned automatically. You can also do this by selecting your elements and then go to Position, Tidy Up. Now let me show you tips and tricks related to video editing in Canva. So here I am in a video Canva document, and the tip that I want to show you is that there are transitions in Canva, but there are especially two new transitions that I want to show you. So when you are editing a video in Canva, you can have different sections. If you want to add a transition, you will need at least two sections. I have a page 1 and page 2. When you have at least two pages, you will see this plus icon in between the pages. You're going to select it and then select the button that appears below that says Add Transition. Canva will open this window with different transitions that you can apply to your video. So you have Dissolve, you have Slide, Circle Wipe, Line Wipe, Match and Move. I have a video in which I show you how to use the Match and Move option, so I'm gonna leave that video up here. And the two new transitions that I want to show you today, it is Stack and Chop. I also have a short and a TikTok in which I show you in detail how this works and how this look. If you are familiar with the video editing in Canva, you may know that before we were allowed to only add one audio track to our videos. But now we have the ability to add up to 20 tracks. So let's go to the audio section. If you don't see it on the left hand side, you go to More and select Audio. Let me show you. I'm gonna add this song right here, and it will be automatically added to your video. If I want to add another one, I can do it, and it will be positioned right below this track. You can keep adding until you have 20 tracks. At the moment, you can only add up to 20, but I believe 20 is already good enough. And now that we're talking about audio tracks, I'm gonna show you the next tip that I have for you guys, which is also something relatively new in Canva. When you are editing a video, sometimes it is not very nice if your song starts abruptly. So if you want your audio to have a fade in and fade out, you're going to select your audio track, go to audio effects, and then add a fade in and fade out effect to your audio track. You will see in here that the fade in and fade out has been applied to your track. And now that we're talking about audio tracks, I want to add a little bonus in here, because you can also adjust the section of the track that you want to use. So when you select adjust, you can slide your track until you have selected the right section that you want to have on your video. Now let me show you some tricks that will save your life. Let's say that you have a logo in PNG. Because it is in PNG, you cannot change the color, and I want to use a light color background on this design. The logo won't be very visible, so you can change the color with an app available in Canva. Select your logo, go to Edit Image, and search for Duotone. Select the app, and from here you're going to click on any of these options 2 times. So I'm gonna go for cherry, it doesn't really matter. Click 1 and 2 times. Now I'm gonna change the color of the highlights or shadows to the color that I want to use on this design. So let's say that I want to use this red color. Because my logo was white, the color that is applying, it will be only the highlights, but you can also change the shadows if that works for your image. Once you have changed these colors, you can go to apply, and now you have successfully changed the color of your logo. If you didn't know, there is an easy way to create QR codes in Canva, and you can also customize them a little bit. So let's say that I want to create a QR code to send you guys to my TikTok. I'm gonna copy the URL of my TikTok and then go to more. From here you can search for QR code, and you will see the app appearing right here. Open it, and you can enter the URL in here and generate QR code. It is as simple as that. You have generated your QR code, and I have a bonus trick for QR codes, and it is that you can customize them a tiny bit. If you add an image on top of your QR code, but make sure that it doesn't cover more than 20% of the QR code, it is still going to work. So I'm gonna add a tiny photo of myself. So let's go to elements. I'm gonna add a circular frame, and now let's find a photo. Let's say I want to add this photo right here. I'm gonna stretch the photo so you only see my face. Let's make something funny. Click done, and then reduce the size of your frame, and you can put it in the middle of the QR code. Now let's try this QR code to see if it works. Now let's open our QR code reader and point to our QR code. As you can see, it is working fine, and it is taking me to my TikTok account. Another trick is that you can go to canva.com/photos, and you will land on this beautiful page. From here, you can search for specific photos. So you have this search bar, and let's say that I want to find something related to scuba diving. From here, you can find so many different photos available in the Canva library, and you can filter them by pro or free. Let's see what do they have as free photos. If you find a photo that you really like and that you want to use in a future design, you can click on the photo. On this window, you're going to select the 3 dots and then add to folder. From here, you can select the folder where you want to save the photo, or you can create a new one. Once you are in the Canva editor, you can search for the folder and use the images on your designs. This is another trick that I love about Canva. You can go to canva.com/colors, and from here you have 4 different options that will help you create unique color palettes. I have a video in which I teach you everything about it, and I show you different ways to create unique color palettes, so I'm gonna leave that video right here. If you didn't know, you can embed YouTube videos on your presentations or websites created in Canva. It is very simple, and I'm going to show you an extra tip so you can select a specific part of your video on your presentation or website. So I am now in a view mode of a presentation document. I have embedded this video into my presentation, and when I click play, it starts from minute 2:44 seconds. I can play the video and it will stop automatically on minute number 3. Let me show you.
Again, to hide the rulers, I would go Shift and R. They come back. All right,
so you see, on minute number 3, it stopped. Let me show you how to do this. I'm gonna use an empty page. I'm gonna go to our channel. Let's say that I want to start this video on this specific minute. I'm gonna click share and then select this option right here that says minute 3:02. I'm gonna copy, and then I'm gonna play the video and see where do I want to stop this part of the video. Perfect, I want my video to stop on minute 3:25 seconds. I'm gonna go to Canva, go to more, and this time I'm gonna search for Embed. I'm gonna select this app, and then I'm gonna paste my link in here. But before we hit add to design, I'm gonna change something here. I'm gonna delete this T, and I'm gonna type start. I'm gonna go to the end of the URL and then type Y, and then I'm gonna type this symbol and then end equal to the second where we want to stop. So I'm gonna go back to my video. I'm located in minute 3:25, go to share and select star. I can see here the time code, so that's 205, and I'm gonna go to my URL, and after end equal, I'm gonna type 205 and then add to design. Now I'm gonna open this presentation again as present full screen. Okay, now I'm gonna play on the video and pay attention on the minute where the video is going to start. It starts on minute 3:02 and it should stop around minute 3:25, I believe. There you go. Now let me show you a trick that will save you a lot of time. With this trick, you can change the colors on a document with a lot of pages, or you can change the fonts. So let me try it out with this one. Let's say that I want to change the color of the background of this design. I'm gonna select the background and then hit background color. I'm gonna select a purple color and pay attention what happens on the lower section of the window. Now we have the option that says change all. Pay attention to all my pages down below and see what happens when I click change all. As you can see, with just one click, I changed the color on all the pages on my presentation. Now let me go back and show you how it works with fonts. So we're going to select a text box, go to the fonts section, and I'm gonna change the font for Golf's display. As you can see, the same button appeared on the lower part of our window. It says change all, so Canva will recognize all the text box that has Montserrat extra bold and will change it to Golf's display. So go to change all, and if I go to other pages in my presentation, all the Montserrat extra bold, now it is this Golf display font. If you didn't know, you can create websites in Canva. So let's go to the search bar and type website, because I want to show you a trick that you can do while working on website documents. So I'm gonna go to website. I'm gonna select any of these templates available here just to show you the trick. Now that we are here on the Canva editor, I'm gonna show you the trick that I wanted to show you. When you are working on websites, you can actually increase or decrease the size of every single page on your website. So let's say that you want your first page to be slightly smaller. You can just drag the end of the page and reduce the size of this page. I believe this one is very useful for footers. So if you want to have a website footer, you can add a page, reduce the size of this page, and then in here you can add things like homepage, and then link this text to the homepage. Done. You can either underline this text box so it looks like a link, project overview, and then continue creating the next links pointing to different parts of your website. Or what you can do is to add links to your social media or contact us. If you want your footer to have a different color, you can change the color of the background and it will look something like this. Now I'm gonna show you a trick that I know many of you will love, and this is a feature which was recently unlocked because now Canva allows everyone to have unlimited folders. So even if you have a free account, you will be able to access folders on the Canva editor. Let me show you how it works. When you are on a Canva document, you will go to More and select Folders. In here, you're going to select all your designs. This will open a new window that will give you access to your other Canva documents. So let's go to the website document that we recently created, and let's say that I want to add page number 1. I'm gonna select the page, and then Canva will open this window. We can either replace the current page by the page from our other Canva doc, or we can add as new page. I'm gonna select add as new page, and now as you can see, I have merged one page from a different design into my current design. If I want to bring some other pages from this design to my current design, I can add a new page and keep adding the pages from this other design. The next tip that I'm going to share, it is available for Canva Pro users. So you will go to the Canva homepage and then select brand kits. If you didn't know, you can now create more than one brand kit. Previously, we were able to have only one brand kit, but as you can see, I have currently 4 different brand kits on this Canva account, and I can keep adding brand kits to this brand account by selecting this button that says Add Brand Kit. When you click on it, you will be prompted to name your new brand kit. So let's name it New Brand Kit, Create, and you can start adding new brand logos, new brand colors, and you can also adjust the brand fonts. I want to show you another trick available for Canva Pro users, and this one is inside the background remover. If you didn't know, in Canva we can remove the background of our photos, but sometimes with difficult photos like this one, because she's wearing a see-through fabric, the app may not know what to remove and what not to remove. So let me show you how you can fix this. You're going to select your photo, go to Edit Image, and you will see the background remover option right here. It has the Pro crown. As I already mentioned, it is available for Canva Pro users. So you're going to select it, and Canva automatically will start identifying the background on this photo, and in a couple of seconds it will remove it. As you can see, Canva removed the background, but it also removed these sections that I actually want to keep on the image. So the tip that I want to show you are these brushes, which will allow you to restore sections on your photo or erase sections on your photo. In this case, I want to restore, so I'm gonna select restore, and I'm gonna start restoring the section that I want to keep on my photo. You can use this brush. You can also adjust the size of the brush and keep working on your photo. And when you are done with it, select Done. I have another video with 23 Canva tips and tricks that you must watch. I'm gonna leave the video right here. And if you want to keep learning about Canva with us, I'm gonna leave the subscribe button right here. And I guess this is it for today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and to see you in the next one. Bye!